The reaction I think most people had to his death was, how the hell does somebody like Anthony Bourdain kill himself?
Hey, what's up, man?
He was always rushing to get into the scene. He was rushing to get out of the scene, to go somewhere next, even if he had nowhere to go.
There's so many different types of stories you could tell about somebody like Bourdain, and there was so much footage. And even all the stuff that I loved about him and his show and the cultural impact and the places he went, at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff didn't fit, because I just kept coming back to what are the moments where Tony was learning or changing. The people around him were careful to make sure I didn't put him on a pedestal too much. And frankly, Tony would have hated that too. As you see from the beginning of the film, is kind of not that interested in legacy.
I know how hard it must have been for him to reach out to someone and be like, hey man, I'm not doing well.
Nobody actually expected him to kill himself, but he was somebody who had dealt with mental health issues and depression and flirted with suicide. So it's not like it was totally out of the blue, except it was. In doing the film, I start to see the threads that connect the guy who was a brilliant writer, who was a obsessive chef, who was a junkie, who was a charming, TV personality. They all start to make more sense when you see how the seeds of everything that happened to him were always there. He was somebody who resisted getting help a lot. We say it in the film, but when he quit heroin, he didn't go to rehab. He just stopped. He didn't go to therapy, even though he knew he had issues, until weeks before he died is when he first started therapy. He came to understand that he could use help, but I think that was hard for him. And I think part of that is there has been this feeling that mental health issues are things we don't talk about, or you should be embarrassed about the fact you go to a therapist. If you go back and look at Kitchen Confidential, he talks about his death. He kind of almost enacts his death in the book. And I just thought he was wrestling with those things when he was 43. I hope it makes people see him as a whole person, and at least can kind of process his death in a way that makes people feel for him or understand it.